Good evening, virtual students. I'm making this video to show you a few things that you need to accomplish this week. You look over here on the side of the screen. We have 3 things to complete this week. So you need to do your data talk. Then we're going to be starting to create graphs using a new program that I'm going to walk you through in this video. And then there's some iExcel again to do on Friday. All right, so now we're in Unit 2. In Unit 1, we looked at data and you created your own pictures of your data. Well, sometimes data sets are so large that you need other tools to analyze that data and help you create pictures in a more efficient way than doing them by hand. Though I have enjoyed seeing all the ones that you guys have been creating by hand. So Unit 2, working with data analysis tools. If you click into that unit, we're in the February 1st through 5th. Here's your data talk that you're going to be doing. Make sure you still use 4 sentences for your I notice, 1 sentence for your I wonder, and then make sure you give it a catchy little title. Here is the program that we're going to use, this CODAP program, on some information from California that's entered in there. Here, if you get stuck, here are some tutorials for you. Once you create your graphs, we're going to save them into our Google Drive, and you're going to upload them here where the pencil is. So we look down on this screen. Here's a little review of mean, median, mode, and range as a song. And then your iExcel is on mean, median, and mode. Let's go to iExcel just for a second. Over here on iExcel, you're going to be doing statistics, HH1, and HH2, and I also put the shortcuts in there in Schoology, so you can just type in the shortcut code and get right to it. So identifying statistical questions and calculate mean, median, mode, and range. I also want to point out if you click on one of these, when it's the first example, it will have up here learn with an example. So if you don't know how to do these, I would suggest walking through the example before you try the questions. And again, we're shooting for a SMART score over here of 80. Okay, going back, I want to show you this program. Now, when you go and open it up on Schoology, it's going to be embedded within Schoology. If you look up here in the top right-hand corner, there's this little box with an arrow that's black. I want you to click on that so it opens in a new page. It will be much larger if you do that. Now here is the data portal. In this first thing here, we need to select the data that we want to use, and you're going to be able to select the things that you want to use, whatever interests you about these Californians. First thing I want you to do is I want you to get at least 100 people. So just go ahead and type in 100 there. Before you push get 100 people, we're going to click what we would like. So here's a summary of the data they collected. We're going to click on this Options tab. Under the options, we're going to be able to click these black arrows, and we can click what data we want: age, citizenship, the ability to speak English, marital status, etc. There's a lot of stuff in here that you can explore. If you're not sure what they mean by these labels, you can go here to the key and it will explain each of those labels, what they recorded. Here are some challenges, and we're not going to be doing those challenges yet. So here under options, today what I'm going to look at is, does education affect how much you get paid? So I'm going to click on education. I don't really need marital status, so I'm going to uncheck that one. Here you can pick race, but I'm not going to look at ethnicity or race right now. I'm going to look at employment status and how much somebody makes, which is actually under income. So here I have clicked total income. Now there's a bunch of other things that you can look at. You're going to have to create 2 of these graphs. So the first one, I'm going to look at total income versus a person's education. So once you have whatever you want selected, you're going to click up here where it says get 100 people. Click on get 100 people, and it takes a minute for it to generate the data. If you go crazy and want like 1,000 people, then it's going to take a lot more time. So just be patient. Don't keep clicking 100 people because it will give you a lot more than what you probably want. I can expand this table, okay, and to see what's there. You don't really need to look through here. The next step up here, you have in the upper left-hand corner, you have table, graph, map, sliders, calculator. What you're going to want to do is click on graph. Notice it's just a bunch of random dots. There's actually 100 dots here because you have 100 data points. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab whatever you want to look at. So I wanted to look at, does your education, so I'm going to pull education down here, affect how much you make? So if I go on my table, I got to find the income column. Total income right there. I was just missing it when I was looking at it. And here it has grouped 8 or less years of education, high school education, bachelor's, graduate, and how many and how much they make in each group. Here are different tools on the side. So this ruler here, we can ask it to do a lot of stuff for you. You can ask it to count. So now you notice you can see how many are in each group. I like to know, and in your iExcel, we're going to look at mean and median. So I'm going to click on the mean values. I'm going to click on the median values, which showed up in red. You also, if you want different colors, let's say I want my dots to be a different color. My favorite color is purple, so I'm going to make them all purple. You can change it to make it look how you want this graph to look. So once you have a graph built, let's say I want more people, I can grab another 100 people, and you'll notice how the people count. So now I have 200 people. I'm requiring you have at least 100 people in your data set. So now that I've pulled this, can I make any conclusions? What do I notice about my data, just like you are noticing in your data talks? Well, I'm noticing if you are a graduate, if you have a bachelor's degree, if you have some college, you're tending, and this graduate here is college graduate, bachelor's, college graduate, or some college is making more money than some high school or high school graduate 8 years or less. So the last thing that you need to do is you need to add a text box. So when I add this text box, and I can change the color, the size, the font, whatever you want, I want you to type in some things that you notice about your data. And I would like at least 4 sentences here describing what you found in this graph. Now I've completed 1. What you guys will need to do is complete 2. Now, once you complete this, the important part is you're going to go up here in the upper left, there's a little arrow with 3 lines. When you click on that, if you notice I just clicked on that, you're going to push save. The first time you do this, you're going to have to log into your Google Drive and allow it to grab your data. Now, these are all my folders that I have in my Google Drive. You might not have a lot of Google folders, so you could just go ahead and type in a name and save it. I'm going to save this in one of my folders here. I'll just save it. Go ahead and save it. Now it's saved. Now, once you have that saved, you'll submit that in Schoology to me to turn it in. Again, if you have questions, you can email me. We can set up a Google Meet. I can walk you through because you need to understand how to use this program. Thanks and have a good week.